These bookshelves could actually crush me if they fell. So let's hope they don't fall on me. Hello everyone and welcome to another booktube video from me, Martha May Reads. So today I want to tell you about a challenge that I've come up with for myself for the month of July. At the start of lockdown I decided that I wanted to try and read as many of my owned books as I could, because when I'm allowed outside of the house I get loads of books out from the library and also from charity shops, so I thought that I would use lockdown as an excuse to read more of my owned books. But now that we're going into July, I want to pay more attention to the library and give the library some love, and so I have decided that I'm going to try and read as many of the e-library books that I've had reserved from the library in July. The reason why this is a challenge for me is because I'm really bad at reading ebooks. I don't like reading off of a screen. I had a, what do they call it? A Nexus 7 I had, and it still works, but the screen's cracked so only half of the screen works, and the battery life's really bad and often the screen will just freeze. Often when you're reading a really exciting chapter and then it freezes and then you have to wait ages for it to unfreeze so that you can carry on reading. So that's what I was reading my e-library books on at the start of lockdown, before I made the little pact with myself that I'd try and read a lot of my owned books. Then my stepdad lent me his old iPad so that I could read more ebooks slightly more conveniently than having my e-reader freeze all of the time. Yeah, so I've been reserving books throughout June to try and make sure that I've got some good ones for July, so I'm really looking forward to getting into them. So the first book that I plan to read for this challenge is actually one that I'm currently reading. I know that we're not in July yet and I'm meant to be doing this challenge in July, but I thought there's no harm in starting slightly earlier, especially because library books are kind of time sensitive and I want to make sure that I read them as soon as possible so that other people can read them. And the first book is With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo. So this book follows Imoni, who is a high school girl and she's got a 2-year-old daughter and she wants to be a chef. So she's balancing all of these things and aspirations that she's got and managing what is actually achievable for her. I'm actually around 50% through. Goodreads said that it was a 400-page book, but when I'm actually reading it, it's saying that it's only 290 pages. So I don't know what's going on with that, but I'm happy for a slightly shorter book than I thought. YA contemporary is not my usual genre. I just don't own that many and I don't gravitate towards them very often, but this one sounded interesting. The only issue that I'm having with this book so far is, first of all, the writing style. Just because it's YA contemporary, I think. I don't often read YA, and if I do it's often YA sci-fi or fantasy, so I think it's just not the writing style that I'm used to. The other thing is that the chef in this, so she starts a kind of cookery class at her high school and there's a chef who's teaching the class, and I really don't like him. I get that he's trying to be like, you're a chef, you will be like a proper chef, but to be honest, he just kind of comes across as creepy. Like, he often makes comments about Imoni that's like really inappropriate. I don't like it in contemporary in general, where the protagonist has a dream. Is that rude of me? I don't like it. So, you know, like when they want to be a writer or an artist, or in Imoni's case, a chef. I don't like reading about people having average dreams, which is what you get in contemporary novels, because nothing magical is going to happen in a contemporary novel. Yeah, I just don't like reading about it. I think the other thing with the food in this book is I don't like when the taste of food is overly described in books, because often to me it kind of comes across as gross because you're imagining what someone else is tasting with their mouth. And that sounds gross to me, so I don't like it. But I'm enjoying the plot outside of the cookery. I just don't think it's particularly the book for me, but I'm still enjoying it. So the next book that I plan to read for my E-Readathon, am I calling it that? It's just for me, but if you want to join in, please do, is The Fascinators by Andrew Eliopoulos. That's definitely wrong and I should have looked it up, but I didn't. So I don't really know what this one's about. So you can tell how much research I've done for this book. I looked on Goodreads last night and it said that Sam the protagonist in this book, is in a magic club with his two best friends, James and Delia, I think, and that Sam is developing a crush on James, or he might even be in love with him. It's kind of how Goodreads set it up. And I think, just judging by the front cover, where it's like, you can probably see it on the screen right now, but it's like a guy with magic in his hand, like pink fire. I'm assuming that is real magic, and that the magic club isn't just them learning card tricks and like whisking a coin from behind your ear, because I don't like magic like that. So the third book that I'm hoping to get to in July is Little Eyes by Samantha Schweblin. I was so surprised to see this in my library's online app, because I don't think it came out that long ago, and I always get really excited when new releases come onto the app, because a lot of the app early on, all they had were mystery thrillers. That was it. And so I always get excited when I see new things coming on to the app, especially when they're things that I'm really excited to be reading. I, again, don't know a lot about this one. Goodreads does have more of a detailed synopsis, but I've not read it. I think this is definitely one that I want to go into not knowing very much about it. So I know that it's in a world where there's an invention where it's a little robot that has a camera in it and you can buy one for your house. But I don't really know why you would buy one, or if they know that there's a camera in it, or if they know that there are definitely people like controlling and watching what the robot sees. But it sounds creepy, and I'm excited to read it. Judging from June, those are probably all of the books that I'll get to. However, they're all shorter than I thought they were going to be, so I have got some more out from the library that I will be reading, hopefully in July, and if not, in August. The first one that I have is Silver Sparrow by Tiari Jones. This one I think is another contemporary, but I think it's adult contemporary, which, depending on who it follows, I'm interested in or not, but I think I am interested in this, otherwise I wouldn't have requested it from the library. This follows two girls who share a father. They meet one day and become friends, but only one of them knows that they share a father, because their father has two families, the private family and the public family, and the private family know about the public family, but the public don't know about them. And that sounds interesting to me. I'm hopeful for it. I'm looking forward to reading it. I also have The Three Body Problem, which, again, how many times can I say it in one video? I don't know a lot about it. I know that it is a Chinese sci-fi story, and I think it's based off of Chinese politics, which will be interesting. I think it's about an alien invasion of Earth. I've always seen the sequel to this one, or the second book in the series, I don't know how many there are. In Waterstones, when oh my gosh, things are falling, trying to kill me. Yeah, but I never see this one in shops, which is always weird to me. They often seem to have the second book in a series and never the first. I like sci-fi, but I haven't read a lot of it. I've read the Wayfarers series, I've read the Illuminae series. I didn't really love it. I think I gave each one 3 stars, and I haven't read the last book because I just didn't care. I had it out from the library and it just sat on my shelf, and then I returned it. The thing that I didn't like about it was, because it's all found document style, like email logs and things like that, but then there's also logs of someone who watched CCTV and typed up what happened as they watched the CCTV, which is fine. But what I found weird about it was that, like, often it's when the two main characters like have a kiss is when they go to the CCTV logs, but it's really weird because the guy who's like typing up, oh, this is what they're doing, gets a little bit too into the kiss for a guy who's just watching CCTV, and I just couldn't get behind it, and I just couldn't do it for a third book. But anyway, so I've read Wayfarers, I've read Illuminae, I've read like dystopian sci-fi things as well, but I'm excited to read more, and I'm hoping that I like this one. I have a couple more on reservation as well in case I don't like these ones, or I decide to return them early to get my ones that I have on reservation, or to get some different ones, but I have some more on reservation. If I do pick them up throughout the month, I'll let you know. Finally, I might also be reading Infinity Sun with my friend as a buddy read. Technically, I could get it as an ebook. I know my library has it, but I do have a physical copy, so I will probably just read that. I wanted only to read ebooks this month, but I think just for my own sanity, I think I'm gonna need to like hold a book and read actual pages at some point. And I don't know if Infinity Sun will help that, because I don't know that I've seen a positive review of Infinity Sun. Maybe I'll be that positive review. I liked Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, so who knows. The final thing that I want to say is I will be attempting to make reading vlogs of my experience reading ebooks throughout the month, for how I'm getting on with the challenge. Maybe I'll become a minimalist and get rid of all of these books. That definitely won't happen. It will be my first attempt at making a reading vlog, so even though I'm telling you here that I might be making them, if you don't see them on my channel, it's because I tried and I failed to make them. Oh, my little moon guy's not been out. Moon guy, that's the term for astronaut. That's me done. Thank you for watching my video. If you want to join me reading ebooks for July, please do. I don't know why anyone would, because it's not like a good challenge. It's just a challenge for me because I hate reading ebooks, but I want to read new releases and books from the library. But yeah, if you want to, tell me in the comments that you are going to. Let me know if you've read any of these books in the comments as well, what you thought of them. If you like this video and you'd like to see more videos like this from me, please do subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video.